Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the SU-8. It's the Tier 6 Soviet SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Murovanka, and this one is under the command of JoNkIeDoNkIe of IMPRO. I think, yes, that IMPRO is his name. And he's got 2 marks of excellence on his barrel. Game on. Well, I think most of you have probably got a new tank over the weekend. The FCM2C was being given out as long as you completed at least 1 game on your account. And a lot of people found it fun because basically it's a tier 3 TOG with a 75mm gun, which is actually quite powerful at that level. But a lot of Arty players were having huge fun firing on this FCM2C. And absolutely making mincemeat of them. They were perfect targets. They were very slow, easy to hit. You can get repeated hits with one of the easier Arties, like the SU-26, the popcorn thrower, the catapult of doom. Well, first shot fired by JoNkIeDoNkIe hits the OI, and he managed to get 173 hit points of damage. Now, these shells are 152mm caliber. They're capable of doing 550 alpha, and they will penetrate through 38mm defend. Just show that up. There you go. And 6.7 meters on the burst radius, between 6.5 and 11 seconds of stun. The reload time by the book is 19.65, but you can see here JoNkIeDoNkIe's got that down to 16.96, so pretty fast. Well, he fired around in there at the SU-122, but, or was it Ju-2? No, it was a Ju-2, sorry. It's a Tier 7 game with Tier 6 tanks in it. He's almost loaded, and this chopper, get to the chopper, yes. Couldn't help but do that at least once. Well, he got a shot in on the chopper, and there's another chopper here. So yes, I was having a lot of fun with my SU-26 over the weekend. I thought it was hilarious. I actually took out just about every different type of Arty I could to try them out on the FCM2C, and you'd be surprised the amount of damage you can wreak with a tiny little Arty. In fact, actually, I should have pointed out that the Batchat 155-55 and the 155-58 are not the only 2 Arties that can actually turn their turret all the way round. Yes, the SU-26 can do that as well, and very effectively. I was rattling off shells one after the other on the enemy, and it must be really bad when you get permatracked, but that's something that happens a lot to the TOG. TOGs sit there, all Imperious-like, with their 17-pounder, but they just keep getting smacked by VPs and other Arties that are capable. And the SU-26 does the same to the FCM2C. So far, JoNkIeDoNkIe has racked up 1,279, and he's got stun assist as well, so much so that he's still got the side-by-side up and working, and of course the concentration, but not the communications expert. So his teammate in the other Arty, the M12, is nearby, but he's not managed to get enough stun assist just yet. Now, as you know, the SU-8 was going to be made from the T-28. That's a tank that the Soviets made at 503 of in the interwar period. 200 of those T-28s were knocked out at the start of the Winter War, but most of them were repaired and put back into action. At the start of the war with the Soviets, Operation Barbarossa, there was 411 of the T-28 available, but none of them were converted into Arty, which is a bit of a pity, really. 2 different versions are actually made, one with the gun at the front of the vehicle, the other one with the gun at the rear, which is the one you actually see. Well, technically speaking, it's gun at the rear, but in fact, actually, it's more gun in the center because that's the balance. It's on the SU-8, you do get the middle of the vehicle. Of course, the front end Arty will probably be much more like the S51. Good shot, that one. He damaged the chopper and the Churchill 7 at the same time. So it is a great pity that they never made any SU-8. The Arty itself was quite an early one. It was the prototype 1931, so it's a 1931 design, and in fact it was the ML20 mod 1931, and it was developed between 1934 to 1935 at Kirov. So always got to kill. So even though they actually designed it in 1931, it didn't get built until 1934, 1935, but not for fitting on an SPG. So it's not an SPG howitzer, it's a horse-drawn version. As we must realize that most artillery was horse-drawn back at that particular period of development. Now, we're not doing too well over on the other side of the battlefield. I hope you haven't been seeing that, or maybe you have. Because, of course, good Arty players will be watching all around the battlefield to see what's going on. But, yes, we're down by 2, and we've lost all our players on the east side of the map. And those enemy players are going to be coming in our direction soon. There's 4 of them that could make it way over. Although one of them is a Nashorn. And, in fact, he has already come halfway across, but he's going for the cap, and that's not going to work out too well for him because now we're dialing in on him instead. JoNkIe only got the 1 kill so far, but I think that Nashorn is, yes, I think he's volunteering for the job of being the next victim. Nashorns don't have much in the way of armor. They are basically a Hummel with an anti-tank gun instead of the 88mm they've got. So JoNkIe's decided to move up, which is the correct thing to do. Get some teammates between you and the enemy, then turn around and help your teammates to get shots on the enemy. Don't go too far forward that the enemy sees you, though. Just close enough that you could almost throw something at them. Well, the enemy are suffering, but our M12 is about to go down unless we can get a shot on this, what was it we just saw? Well, we just got a kill on the Panther, and that means now there's only 1 enemy down there. It happens to be the T-25-2, and after that, it's only the Govka, and then we've got the enemy Arty to go for. Well, we're going to lose the M12. This T-25-2 is determined to get at our guy. And he's got him. So now would be a good time for us to go separately towards the enemy. It'll not only distracts, rather, I should say, the enemy Arty, but it also gives the enemy T-25-2 2 targets to look after. The Govka at the moment is probably focusing on the chopper and the Ju-2. More than likely. No sixth sense has gone off, so we know that we're not being spotted by him. But from here, we can fire on the T-25-2 now. Okay, spinning round. It's got a fairly fast speed, this Arty, 48 kilometers an hour, but it also has good transfer speed. So if you want to get around, turn around, it'll be handy. There's only 2 left on our team. We did lose 1, but can we get a shot to the T-25-2? Rounds out. Well, we wound him, but only in the tracks. And now the chopper is facing the T-25-2. So now it gets rather exciting. Well, the T-25-2 walked straight into the chopper and got wiped out. But that still means there's that Govka out there, or Govka I should say, and we could walk into him just like that. But with a 152mm Arty capable of doing 550 alpha, it would be very bad news for any tank that you just drive straight into. It's not very mobile, this mount. It's got a very narrow arc. -5 one side, 12 degrees on the other, on the right. And that means that it's not even. It's not balanced either. It's a very narrow arc indeed, 17 degrees. So if you do drive into something, you have to turn the vehicle just to get it lined up. JoNkIeDoNkIe, 2 kills. The chopper's got 2 kills. He just needs to know where the GoVka is. He fires in at the same spot where he was last seen. Of course, the enemy RT is unlikely to actually spot the tracer. Unless they actually see it originating out of the Magic Forest. When you're on the receiving end, the shells are coming down. You get the general direction, but you don't actually get the precise position. It's Arty players who are looking through their battle assistant. They're the ones who actually can tell the general area of the enemy Arty. Chopper is being very, very careful, but he must know that JoNkIeDoNkIe is helping. Sometimes it can be helpful to actually let your teammate know, I'm helping, or even just to click on the map to say, give me assistance. I doubt that the enemy will make their way to the cap. It'd be a very foolish player to do that. And oh! And we just saw the GoVka go down to the chopper. So now is the time to head north, find the enemy Arty, which happens to be a GW Panther and a Hummel, and win the game. So JoNkIeDoNkIe's going to go up one side. The chopper's going up the other. Of course, both the Hummel and the GW Panther have 15 centimeter howitzers. The GW's howitzer has got a bit of a wider arc, which makes it much easier to shotgun in theory, so long as you lock onto the target. The Hummel's howitzer, well, it's a little more difficult to handle overall. It's mainly down to the arc again, bit of a problem. It has a 3 degrees of gun depression, but it has a 15-degree arc either side of the center line. So again, like the SU-8, it can move about a bit in the mount. But if you're an experienced Arty player, you should be able to get a shotgun, and he's found him. Hello, he knows he's been spotted. He's turning to face us. And he gets hit, but it doesn't kill him. So now we need to get behind him before he does the same to us. Oh, he's actually just staying forward and waiting for the reload. Remember that 16 seconds? And he shotguns him. So maybe the GW wasn't certain of his ability. And JoNkIeDoNkIe has just claimed another kill to make 3. If he platoons with the chopper, there's a good chance they might get a brothers in arms. Chopper's only got 63 hit points though. So we just need to find this Hummel to win the game. He's loaded. He's ready to go. He didn't suffer any damage. It's very surprising that he did that. For a second, I thought he was going to drive past the enemy GW and then use that. But now he's got a chance. He can take out. Oh, we lose the chopper. Unfortunately, Arnie won't be getting to the chopper this time. Oh, we lost him, but we got him back. There he is. First shot doesn't hit. He's going for the reload. He was seen. The Hummel will try to aim. Try to cut across his field of fire. Don't make it easy for him. Make him constantly adjust his position so he's inaccurate. Go for the shotgun. Oh, he's got it! And with his last shell of ammunition too! Brilliant win for JoNkIeDoNkIe. Well, you don't see many of those. That was pretty amazing. Right at the end, Arty saves the team, loses the chance of getting a brothers in arms with his platoon mate, or with his teammate, I should say, because they didn't platoon. But look at what he managed to achieve. That was a superb game. He got an ace tanker, JoNkIeDoNkIe, in the SU-8. He also got a Gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. A Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one, he got 14. He also got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. He got a Faden's medal. He killed the last enemy with the last round of ammunition in his magazine. A counter battery fire medal for taking out both the GW Panther and then the Hummel, as well as a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team, despite the fact that he got kills. And on top of all that, he got the high caliber as well for dealing the most damage in that game. That takes a lot of effort and very well played by JoNkIeDoNkIe. He did just about everything perfectly, as far as I could see it. There wasn't any mistake. So, yes, he came out on top. Very well done. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see the highest damage was 3,771. And in fact, he was the only player to get over 3,000 hit points of damage. The next highest scorer turned out to be the Chopper, the FV224, who managed 2,357, followed by the M18 Hellcat with 2,328. The highest one on the enemy team was their T25-2 with 2,284, and he was in 4th place overall. When it came to kills, he got the highest number of those two. 4 kills went to JoNkIeDoNkIe. 3 kills went to the Chopper, the M18 Hellcat, and the T25-2 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, he's got that one too. So he's got the top in all 3 columns, and he just whopped the enemy's rear. 1,359 went to JoNkIeDoNkIe, 1,233 went to the M18 Hellcat, 1,076 went to the Chopper, and they were the only 3 players who managed to make it over 1,000 base, with the next highest being 733. So these 4 players, well, these 3 players, I should say, actually did perform very, very well indeed. And of course, JoNkIeDoNkIe was the one who exceeded himself on this occasion, as probably he has before, and certainly knew how to handle his SU-8 in the right circumstances. Let's have a look at the detail. He fired 26 rounds. That's the full ammo capacity. This is one of the Artys that should have more ammo, just like the Hummel. It's really bad because they would have carried more ammunition in trucks. No doubt about that. 14 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot, and 25 splash. 3,771 hit points, of which 3,076 were at more than 300 meters. Now, what's the guessing? The one that he penetrated was the close one. Yes, it was. The last shell of the game was the one he penetrated right at the end, the Hummel. That shell went right through his gun shield, and that was the end of him. So, very good shot right at the end to win. He also spotted 1 enemy vehicle, but I think that might be the Hummel. 11 enemy vehicles were damaged, 4 were killed, and he got 13 hit points of damage assistance, 262 of stun assist of 21 stuns. A lot of stuns in that game, but he did fire all of his ammo. Made the best use of his shells once they were in the breach. He didn't just blast them away, but he did try to keep his tube active and hot, and that really did pay off on the enemy. 38,798 credits profit, and he got 2,039 experience points out of that one as well. But congratulations, he says, Arty Fun from SU-8. It really is an exceptionally good game with that many medals, and the fact that he won the way he did at the end. 2 shotguns to take the win. 3 actually, if you consider the fact that he did aim at the GW Panther with an aim shot, but it was technically so close, they were all shotguns. But that was a very, very good game by JoNkIeDoNkIe. Very well done. Congratulations on this win. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.